surprises here in this series. And maybe up until tomorrow as we wrap up week 2.
I would love to see that here on game number 3, Aurora versus ONIC Philippines.
Welcome
Does feel
to
like
Mobile
we're
Legends.
gonna see a lot of action.
Yep.
Yeah, in suspense right here. Especially Kelra back on Granger, it's the more stable pick.
Yes.
Compared to a lot of what? Sorry.
Oh, I thought we were comparing it to the Moscow
Compared to
because that was the
usual.
conversation. But yeah.
Even the Moscow's actually a bit 50-50, right?
Yep, I
So-
agree.
Finally, nice to hear once again the crowd here at Green Sun.
Yep.
It's really loud right now as you
Whoa.
see Kelra versus Dominic.
Woo! Nasty. That's a usual gold lane matchup we see. That's how we're used to seeing it.
Oh, even the EXP lane. So much is happening on both sides of the map, but so far it's been ONIC winning it out. Kelra in control at least, and Kirk is forcing Edward to be under the turret even on this Lapu-Lapu, which is sort of expected, I'd say. So whether or not he's still able to get out of there and contribute to the first objective, the first turtle, I think that's going to dictate a lot in how
Yes.
this game is going to turn out.
Just because I think he's going to have a bit of a better fight the moment that he gets the break is fighter.
Yeah.
But for now, it's CC with the big advantage. He doesn't need that current call right away. You just want to go take that fight as soon as possible.
Oh. King Kong picks up level 4 first. Slightly earlier, just slightly earlier than Demon Kite. So I feel like they're being very efficient still. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Dash in electrifying beats, forced out an early flicker from Super Friends.
Wow. Imagine how fast the rotations are going so far. If we've been through slow games, I don't think this is going to be a slow game
Oh, yeah.
based on the tempo that's going on in
is
both
a-
the Joy and the Yi Sun Shin.
This is a 12-minute, 59-second game for
Wow.
Wow. Down to the last second.
Okay.
Wait, 12 what? 12
minutes,
Wait,
59.
wait a minute. Demon Kite
Oh!
goes for the turtle.
That was fast.
Whoa.
Now Edward Latshaker's gonna connect onto Brusco. There is no space for him to evade that. Kirk finally soaking up the damage for ONIC Philippines. That's gonna be a 2-for-none trade. Aurora secures the turtle. Light still hanging around. He's able to back off the glorious pathway. No casualties for Aurora.
His level 4 came just in time.
Just in the nick of time. Oh my god.
I could have been traded there by ONIC. King Kong was trying to take the kill, but my goodness, Light coming in clutch. And this is why we put so much emphasis on when he gets his hands on the high loss, because look at how well Aurora are playing together. Even despite the way that Kirk has managed the XP lane, Edward still went in, landed their shatter, takes down Brusco, and Light was just there to see it through. He was just standing beside his teammates and soaking up the damage.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about as well. Like how good Edward can actually pilot this hero. And you can also tell some pretty strong moves here being the Bionic.
Tsunami Slam committed down. Super Prince is going to pick up a kill. Demon Kite goes in with the electrifying beats to shut down King Kong. Here's the response from Brusco and Prince. 2-for-1 trade. Aurora loses 2.
Oh, and even in the gold lane, that could have been a solo. So much action happening
Spicy.
in this game. But yeah, Demon Kite badly wanted to take the kill onto King Kong. Definitely will be slowing down the process a bit more for ONIC, considering that Aurora's been the more successful team so far in the team fights that we're seeing. And since Dominic Kite has been managing the lane so well, you don't get to see Aurora and the need for them to rotate as much on the gold lane. So the pressure's all over the jungle of ONIC Philippines and the EXP lane. So they're able to provide more assistance to Edward, help him get out, and in turn, King Kong, we see how he's slowly starting to struggle just in terms of him being able to secure his resources.
Yeah, they're not rushing as well, Edward. I just noticed he doesn't go like, what do you call that? War Axe first.
Yeah.
He goes straight for the boot, complete it, go for the fight.
Brusco jump. There's a Purify from Yue though. Here comes a Sun from Light. So that's an ultimate down for the side of ONIC Philippines. SOD already dropped down. Here comes the KK connection. Ultimate drop down onto Dominic Kite and he survives. Meanwhile, Light taking
Light.
a lot of damage from Kirk and Prince. Here comes Edward. RWM drop down. Edward with the bravest fighter. Forced out the vengeance of Kirk. He might be able to take him down. One more hit by Garza, and US steals away the kill. One down for Onyx.
Such perfect timing! Both the real world and the bravest fighter?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful to watch.
The real bravest fighter.
Oh.
I was say the real fighter, but yeah, sure. The real bravest
Yeah,
fighter.
Real
Another word.
bravest fighter world. There.
Oh my goodness. Just look at how in sync Edward and Yue are. I feel like it's been a while since we saw Yue on a hero like this.
Yeah.
Because it's always been the Navarias. Previously, it's also been the
Selenas.
Kimis, the Valentinas. But now on the Eve, we missed seeing this. And he's using the adjustment so well. Those clutch damage.
Oh my God.
Onyx answers back in the mid. Here comes Light with a glorious pathway. 2 down for the side of Sonic. Super Prince enters in with a Lantern Flare, trying to catch Demon Kite, who has the electrifying beats. Another favorable trade for Aurora.
And we're seeing XP diff right now. Edward solo kill on the top side.
Yeah, he may have struggled in the beginning.
In the beginning.
I don't think that I don't think that matters anymore. It was just all in the beginning.
That was the best way to do it. That is a professional broadcaster right there. Thank you, Brigida.
Okay,
But you're correct. Absolutely.
yeah, things look so much better now for Aurora. Now that they're able to work together, they're able to group up. They're not entirely reliant on just getting through the laning phase. I still feel like that is going to be a crucial and important part, but it's not that they're limited in terms of that anymore. Even looking at the gold right now,
Edward.
Domin Kite is just up ahead. Oh,
Another jump. Paired up with the ultimate coming in from King Kong. Edward is
What?
still alive. Here
What?
comes Light with the revitalize. That's what they gotta connect. We're waiting for Dominic Kite's entrance. Here he is. Brusco quite low. Cannot jump away. Another member down. Aurora finds one.
Yeah, that was a solid engagement. I don't think I don't think Onyx expected Aurora to fight after they failed the initial engage with Yue.
I will never ever doubt a Lapu Lapu.
Yeah.
No.
Anymore. Once he gets the bravest fighter, when he gets to land those skills, he will survive as long as there are enemies nearby who, of course, do not have burst damage. And in
Yeah.
that case, I think Onyx did not have enough. So now they get another free objective for 3k gold up ahead for Aurora. And look at Domin Kite and how he's leading the gold leadership board.
I also don't know if that's an Edward thing or a Lapu Lapu thing. Chat, what do you
That
think?
is true.
It's an Edward thing.
Is it an Edward thing?
Yeah. After observing his 500 games, I know it's an Edward thing.
Wow, you were there for all 5
I
months.
was there. I was also consistent supporting him.
There you go.
I think.
You're not sure.
Okay, but that's
You even watch the scrims, right? When
Yeah.
you watch a stream and everything.
I'm actually their shadow coach.
Okay.
There you go.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Confirmed.
Ingan is a very consistent supporter of Mr.
Consistent. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
You said
and
consistent a lot.
one of the great supports so far for Aurora was actually Light, the clutch revitalize. That's why Edward was able to out-sustain a lot of damage from Onyx.
Man, this game is accelerating to such a fast pace here. I'm not sure if Onyx is going to be ready for this mid-game.
Electrifying beats.
Okay.
Oh, he was able to force out the curtain call
Yeah,
first
he
there.
did. Yue
bad.
also picks up the Divine Glaive. That's a lot more damage that you could expect from the Eve. Oh, Law and Order.
Lantern Flare, Crimson Beacon. Here comes the jump coming in from Brusco. But just look at the damage of Aurora. Still no casualties, but the turret down bottom might go down. Demon Kite trying to chase right after King Kong. Tommy Kite enters in, still no casualties again, and Aurora is going to fall back and wait for the minions and try to push the mid lane turret.
Just can't touch him.
Imagine that much pressure. And now Demon Kite has the Holy Crystal.
Jump.
Making a play.
Brusco. No ultimate still. Aurora wasn't successful in taking down the mid lane, and Onyx Philippines was able to defend.
All right, after all said and done, that's 4.4k gold lead for Aurora. I would say that's as good as it can get, at least for now. And Domin Kite rather, is quite untouchable on this Moskov, at least for now.
He's still leading up against Kelra. and he already has the Trinity build
Got Trinity build.
in his arsenal.
That's how you do it.
So they definitely will be a lot more aggressive from this point onwards. We could expect Dominkai to even start things up, maybe. And I admire the patience even when the SOD lands. The timings in which he decides to go in. It's just really perfectly timed, but here we go!
Seal from Brusco. King Kong secures the Lord. This is a sign for Onyx to back off. Brusco is going to be sacrificial lamb, but Demon Kite wants to extend the trade. That's going to be a Brusco for Lord, and Onyx steals away.
That's a very crucial steal because if they gave that away, that would have been a big problem. They would need more clear. And let's not forget, like, as much as the hotfix was good, the Jushin is just not for clearing.
Yep. Somehow, Aurora are still able to manage this though. Dominkite will not let it go any further. And Onyx might have to walk away for now. Oh, this is still Aurora seemingly pushing forward as if they did not lose on the objective.
Right, very confident.
So Dominkite used it just to make sure to zone out Onyx Philippines and take a top lane turret with them.
Stole away the
They
purple.
also got the purple buff.
Alright, so we're even Stevens right now, at least for now. But again, the map is like 70% Aurora controlled. I don't think you can walk into the Onyx jungle and still feel safe at this point, despite having the Mountain Shocker available, at least for a decent ship.
Yep. And this lack of damage is definitely going to catch up bit by bit. Look at Edward already securing the Queen swings as well. It's going to be a lot more harder for Onyx to take him down if they're not able to pour in the right amount of resources, and if they do not get to isolate him well enough. On the other hand though, I feel like Aurora, they still might want to be a bit more careful about the next steps that they do. They have the Purify spells, but one crucial setup from Brusco could still drastically change the flow of the game. And that cannot be Demon Kite. That cannot be Yue or Dominkite. But that's the thing, like I don't think the Purify spells can just be forced out of Aurora easily.
Yeah. So Onyx Philippines really needs to pick their fights. Good pick off, secure the kill, make sure that Aurora can't go head to head 5v5.
I just laughed a little bit when I said you can't force a Purify. I was gonna check how many people have the Purify, and then the graphic blocked me. Yeah, it's you and people okay with the Purify.
Oh.
There's two of them. All right,
Those are the main targets.
the main target. But now it's proving that US playing relatively safe as well in this one. I haven't seen him get caught out too much, even with Brusco on, like, again, aggressive heroes like the Kalea. I guess Brusco just having a bad day today with the Kalea in this game and in the previous one. I guess I don't blame him. It's just so hard to play Kalea, especially with a lineup that goes very in your face.
Yeah, very mobile lineup paired up with Purifies. It's gonna be hard for Brusco to actually make plays. And now Lord spawn in the bottom side of the map. Still, Onyx Philippines, they have a chance of contesting for this, but they know that Kelmer just came from the top side. Even Kite, you're waiting for the entry. Look at the damage from Dominkite, and Yoan follows up with a kill. One member down immediately. SOD is gonna miss. Onyx Philippines will have to concede this Lord to Aurora.
Man,
Yue! Yeah!
that happened so quickly.
But those were just a couple of spears from Dominkite, and then the finishing Void Crystal from Yue.
That was clean. Oh, man. And that just goes to show where our players are, where RORA is right now, in terms of how spicy they can get. Even Keller is getting hit by collapse damage.
No, Spear of Misery! Dominkite, that was clutch! RWM coming in from US. Super Prince was able to stay alive. Kellera, ready? Okay. King Kong has his ultimate. But Aurora was able to take the inhibitor turret and they still have the Lord marching up top.
Oh, it's so tricky to position yourself. Even the damage from the passive, even when it's just the turret that's being targeted by Dominkite is no joke.
Yeah, you're not even the target here.
You're not even the target.
Here comes the charge, Light leading it with a glorious pathway. Lord kept in check, Super Prince trying to work on Edward. Curtain Call already used up. Edward, Immortality Pop, Brusco jumps in and they're able to clear out the Lord. SOT coming in from Dominkite, not gonna pop it anymore. 2 inhibitor turrets taken down and Aurora is enjoying every moment of it.
They're playing very conservatively here, and I am all for it, especially for Roar right now. Just pinning down the advantage ONIC might have. Any opening is going to be slowed. 2 inhibitor turrets removed.
Amazing defense shown to us here by ONIC. They really tried to spread out their resources as much as they can, and even though they lost 2 base turrets in the process, they've been able to minimize what Aurora could have potentially done. At least for them, the timings in which the Lantern Flare stacks came in, that Land Shaker which never got to land from Edward too, I think those were really key factors into or as to how that entire team fight panned out. It was only the immortality that they got away from Edward, but still that meant something because it was it forced them to back away, not play as aggressively anymore, and so we could not expect as much follow-up from Aurora. Not to mention the fact that they also do not have the real-world manipulation in US hands at that time because he was already able to use it previously in that previous siege. So everything just fell into place for ONIC, at least for now, but it could be different if Aurora decides to go for another siege with all their resources intact.
Oh, no purple buff again.
Speaking of resources,
For
that's
King Kong, yeah.
another -1 on the resource bar.
Oh.
Man. All right, this is going to be really tricky for for ONIC to navigate because your initiation potential is almost 0.
Yeah.
Right? All you have to do is kind of just rely on RORA to really mess up very badly because you can't just dive in with a curtain call. You can't just go in with a tsunami slam.
Yep.
So what do you do?
Force out the Purifies from Super Prince Lantern Fair Crimson Beacon, but
Yeah, but it's best if they get something out of it because Brusco also has the fleeting time now.
Yeah.
So he can have a bit more tsunami slams available and up for whatever side that they want to do for in a extended team fight. But can they even extend a team fight?
Kirk is low.
they're just blitzing the Lord because they know that ONIC can't go in. RWM already dropped down. SOD gotta connect. King Kong gone. Kelro might be the next to fall here. Brusco quite low. He's getting chased down by 3. Kirk caught in the mix. Here comes Taking 2. Brusco being chased by Edward. Super Prince alone to defend